is the Global Miracle Healing Call, and I'm so excited today. We have a special guest, Mr. Michael Smith, is in the house and doing our special message today. Got excited for that. And Katie's here. She's going to be doing announcements. Ariona's here for the weed of the week or the plant of the day, whichever we might have coming. And I'm so grateful that Robin is here to help on tech. And we have the Ingmans here, and they're going to help us hear more about our exciting upcoming event in Ashland, Oregon. So we have a lot going on, and we're excited to have you. I see Mei Chin here from France. I'm so happy to see you. There's Linda Smith from Mount Shasta. I see so many of our friends here, and I'm so grateful to have you all here on such a special day. And I'm going to see if I can switch my screen share. More. Here we go. Oh, I can't share because the host just disabled screen sharing. So I'll just tell you that the information shared here is for information purposes only, and if you have a medical issue, we invite you to take that up with your medical professionals. And what you have here is for education and to hopefully give you some ideas of how you can be more in tune with your self-help and being happy, healthy, and terrific in the ancient secrets traditions. So I am going to ask Rod, okay, he made me a co-host. Excellent. And I'm going to ask Katie if she could go and talk about our announcements for this week.
I can. So,
Carol, you should be able to screen share now that you're back to co-host.
Oh, thank you.
hi, everybody. Happy Easter, happy Sunday, wherever you are. I'm excited to let you know that our art and creativity time is going to happen April 15th at 6 o'clock Ireland time. And that is 10 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Patricia is going to be leading us in Circles of Wonder, art, mystery, and creation. So I'm showing up for that. We have our monthly detox coming up the end of the month. It's the last Friday and Saturday of each month, starting at 7 a.m. And this month it will start Friday the 24th and go through the 26th. There's a rejuvenating detox reset introductory call for people who have never done a detox. And that will be Saturday the 18th at 8 a.m. Pacific time. And the Miracle Experiment game is going to start May 4th at 11 o'clock Pacific time. And we've got the Mystery Nepal trips have new dates. So if you're thinking of doing those, the next one will be October 10th to the 16th. And then we already have scheduled for 2027, November 22nd to 28th. There are pulse readings available at the Ancient Secrets family reunion that's happening June 1st through the 5th at Ashland, Jackson Well Springs. And you can sign up for a pulse reading through that same link, I think. Or there's, Carol, is that right? There's a link in the email to sign up for the pulse readings. Yeah, and that's what we've got. Oh, but Carol, is the new Ancient Secrets for Pets book out?
In Italian, it is out.
Awesome.
Yes.
Congratulations. That was a big project.
It's so exciting. Yeah. Okay. And I think next is Ariana, and I think I have a plant to show.
Oh, good.
Are you seeing it?
There's one picture. Yep. Do you have the other one too?
I have that one.
Okay, well, I'll talk about this first. There they both are. Yeah, you can go back and forth if you want. The plant of the day week is called chicory, is its common name, and many of you are probably already familiar with it. It came, it's spread all over Eurasia and the United States, and probably in a lot of other countries as well. And it is a wild plant. I can go out in the forest, I can find it there. And it's actually cultivated in a lot of areas. I actually have been growing it in my garden. It's such a wonderful plant, and it's so beautiful with those blue flowers, as you saw in the picture. Just a gorgeous plant. It's amazing for your health, especially your liver health. Those leaves that you saw, those are fabulous. You can use them in salads. You can also steam them, put a little garlic and butter in there. Absolutely fabulous. They're bitter greens. So when you do steam them, they are sweeter than if you put them in a salad, but they're so good for your liver health. And the flowers you can actually use for tea. And again, they're going to be super good to help you with detoxing your liver. Very, very, very helpful for that. And then, of course, you probably are really familiar already with the root of the chicory. Chicory root is a wonderful substitute for coffee. And it very easy to do. You would just harvest the root, usually late fall or winter, and you just chop it up, put it in the oven on a pan and roast it very fine. And then you can powder it and, just grind it like you would coffee and use it as coffee. It's excellent to blend this root with dandelion root. And so you can also do the same with your dandelion root, harvesting it in late fall and doing the same thing, blend them together. And I actually have something I buy from the co-op that's a mix of dandelion root, chicory root. Now, also in the chicory root, there's inulin, which is not, it's different than insulin. It's called inulin, and it's in the root. And it really is a beneficial prebiotic, and it's really good for your gut and your digestive system. So that's also there. And another thing that it does is it's excellent if you're pre-diabetic or diabetic, or you just want to regulate your blood level, your sugar levels in your blood. It also is very effective for that. It is helpful in so many ways. And beautiful plant too. So you can even grow that in your garden if you want. But if you're ever in the wild, you see those beautiful blue flowers, you can pick them, take them home to make tea, gather the leaves. And do remember, collect the parts of the plant where the energy is. Okay. So if the flowers are blooming, you don't want to pick the root unless it was, I guess, an emergency, then you can pick the root. But it'll be best. The root will be best in fall, flowers best when it comes out, and the leaves are best before the plant flowers. Otherwise, they'll be super bitter, but you can still use them. And that's it.
Oh, thank you
Thanks.
so much, Ariana. My mom used to put chicory in her coffee. She called it her Cajun coffee because it was pretty strong. But I didn't realize at the time that that was also to help with her digestion. And so, yeah, it's amazing the things that we think are just flavorful that turn out to be really good. So, yeah, thanks for the plant of the week. And I'm going to just ask Dr. Joseph and Susan if they want to give us a little update on Ashland and where people can register, if we can put a link in the chat and to let people know about the timing.
Sure. Uh, so, as you know, the dates are Monday, June 1st through Thursday, the 4th, or whatever that is. And it's just a very fun and formal gathering. I'm excited to say we have made arrangements with a caterer that provides absolutely beautiful, delicious, organic food with some options. And that's going to be very reasonably priced for 6 meals. So here's the deal. You want to be there Monday because Monday afternoon, we have the Jackson Wellsprings pool, the giant soaking pool. We have it all to ourselves. It will be a private afternoon. And last year we did some Watsu with each other and just relaxed. And there was a hot tub and whatever. So that will be Monday afternoon. And so there'll be some lunch that day, and then dinner Monday night will be kind of the welcome gathering, but it will also be part of the catered affair. And on Wednesday, we are planning a Dr. Clint guided excursion to Mount Shasta, which is just a fabulous. I was just telling my sister actually the other day about the headwaters, the springs. It's the headwaters of the Sacramento River, and you.
And then I want to say something when you're done.
Okay. Anyway, it's the best, purest, cleanest water that I've ever had. You fill your jugs and your thermoses and 5-gallon containers, and it's fabulous. So
Okay, let me throw in Tuesday because that got missed. Tuesday, it's going to be an open day where we're going to have people, whatever comes through. But Tuesday night, there's a static dance. And so that's going to be like crazy fun. And then, and if you happen to be there on Sunday, if you get there early, there's also going to be a kirtan experience from 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock on Sunday. So there are all kinds of special, really fun things going on.
Those are community based. So it's not just whoever shows up from Ancient Secrets, but it is the Ashland community ongoing events. So a lot
There's
of fun.
also a limited number of spots for Pulse Clinic on Sunday.
There
Okay.
are some Pulse clinics on Sunday.
And then camping, you want to talk about the
Yeah, so
accommodations?
Jackson Well Springs has some glamping facilities available. They have camping facilities. They have RV hookups, and there are a variety of nearby hotels. And Ashland is famous for their Shakespeare Festival that goes on all summer. So if that's of an interest, get your tickets, because I know they're pretty much sold out all summer long. And anything else?
Because it's going to be great fun. I mean, we're just going to really have the opportunity to really be with each other and know each other and experience each other and experience some great time together. Luke?
You never know, a spontaneous talent show might break out.
Oh, probably a talent show.
So quick question, will the option to purchase the meals be up on the site?
Yeah, I think it is.
The
Is
ticket
it?
should be up there.
I just looked, it's not yet.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
it will be.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Take it away,
Thank you.
whoever.
Thank you. So
Cool.
I hope you can sign up for that. The spots are going to start going pretty quickly, a limited number of spaces. So we do hope that you'll register and make plans to spend the first week in June, if not the Sunday before, joining us for this great celebration that we have. And with that, I think anything else that we've missed? We didn't talk about the challenge last week, which was dietary related. Anybody really go out and uh, take on that challenge with some kind of adopting one of the eating mung bean soup or being gluten free or anything? Anybody? Not seeing hands.
I did.
Oh, good for you, Katie. Do share.
So while we were away for 6 weeks, I fell back into the habit of having caffeinated coffee. And when we got home, there's no reason to have it now. I was trying to keep going during the 6 weeks, and oh my gosh, terrible headache for about 3 days. And then fine. But it was a real reminder that, oh, right, this has real profound effects on your body, or at least on my body. And also, okay, this is very personal and maybe TMI, but I'm going to say it anyway because it's true observation. I am 67, and for women of a certain age, a little urinary leakage can happen sometimes. And it was much worse with the caffeine. And when I stopped having caffeine, it stopped. So that was
That's awesome. What a
a
great
really
tip.
good thing to observe. Like, oh, it's a
Oh,
really
good
good reason to
information.
have
Thanks.
decaf.
Thanks for sharing that. Thank
Yeah.
you. Luke?
Well, I eat mung bean soup every week, so it wasn't like a special thing, but I did eat mung bean soup 5 days last week, like I usually do. So, and I am usually mostly gluten free, so I continued that. So it wasn't anything out of the ordinary, just my usual things that I do and that I enjoy and that I know are very healthy for me.
Awesome. Thanks for setting the example. Ariana?
Yeah, similar. And I'm so inspired by Luke. He's inspired me from the very beginning to really make that mung bean soup. And I've started doing more and more and more. And the more I do it, it's almost like it's kind of like an addiction. I've got to have my mung bean soup. And so I had my mung beans. I make a big pot like, and I've been inspired by that by Luke. And then I just freeze a lot of the mung bean soup and then I have it. So must have had it maybe three times this week. And one of the days, I've been off sugar, but then I started letting that creep in a little bit here and there, and I wasn't feeling good digestively. It just wasn't feeling good in the tummy. And I've been doing CCF tea in the mornings, the detox tea in the mornings. That's the first thing I have now, and I've done it for 3 or 4 days, and that really has helped. I can't even tell you. And I'm like, oh, good. So now I feel back on track again. So,
Awesome. So
that's
CCF is coriander, cumin, and fennel. And that's one of our recipes for a detox tea that you can put them in equal portions and have that as some people fast and just have the CCF tea for several hours, 10, 12 hours, and then have a mung bean soup along with it, or sometimes ginger tea, depending on your constitution. So thanks for sharing those. And looks like Leonore has something to share.
Yes, good morning. I had eaten wheat quite a bit in the weeks, well, about 2 and more weeks ago. And it really kicked in. I got so much joint pain. And then I stopped at cold turkey about a week ago, and it was an immediate result. The joint pain went away, and no more wheat or very little.
Good for
Thank
you,
you.
Leonore. Excellent, excellent share. And with that, I think we've covered everything, and we can turn it over to our special guest host today, Mr. Michael Smith. And if you could give people a little background on how in the world you made it here, what was your connection? Thanks, Michael.
Well, thank you, and so good to see everybody, and excited for this special weekend. The entire world is held in the same ancient light. Easter and Passover don't merely happen to coincide; they're always the same moment. Both are calculated on the celestial clock, the first full moon after the spring equinox. The cosmos itself is calling us to celebration, and the soonest that Easter can be is March 22nd, and the last time that happened was in 1818. The next time will be in 2285, where the solstice has to happen on a Saturday so that Easter can be that early. The latest it can happen is April 25th, and the last time that happened was 1943, and the next time that will happen is 2038. So we're here somewhere in the middle, April 5th. And the spring equinox is the moment when light and darkness achieve perfect balance. And then the light begins to increase. Every ancient culture on Earth marked this threshold. They even built cities and buildings around it. The pyramids are built around it. Machu Picchu, Stonehenge. It's amazing the history of this time of year. This was a hinge point of the year, the death of winter and the resurrection of the living world, when the whole world comes back to life. And before there was Easter or Passover, there's the equinox, the original resurrection story that was written in the sky. Both Passover and Easter are lunar solar celebrations, the first full moon after equinox, the full moon, the maximum illumination in the maximum darkness over the threshold of spring. The ancients were telling us something. Resurrection happens at the intersection of perfect balance and perfect light. As you know, this is not a religious service. This is a non-denominational group and also a multi-denominational group, and all are welcome here. And this tradition, though, of the equinox, every tradition has ever looked at the spring sky and felt something stir in their chest is welcome here as we talk about the ancient secrets. And the presentation today that I'm focusing on is chapter 17 in the Ancient Secrets book. The opening quote from the Bhagavad Gita, a 5,000-year-old text, says, "What is the most remarkable thing in all the world? That everyone will die, but no one ever thinks it will happen to them. What if the greatest healing and the greatest living begins with befriending death and embracing it as part of life?" And one of my favorite stories on page 239 is when Dr. Clint writes about Dr. Naram going home to see his father who had passed. And he came in and did some marma treatments for him, and his father came back to life. And everyone was smiling, he said, but only the doctor was not smiling. With the signed death certificate still wet with ink, this was beyond his comprehension. He declared this man dead, and now he was speaking. Instead of saying goodbye to their father that night, the family said goodbye to the doctor. He was speechless as he walked out the door. We've heard of other examples of Sena from the community who had passed and was clinically dead, connected to the machines for 45 minutes. And through her mother's love and instruction with Dr. Clint on what marma points to put, came back to life. I'm curious if there's anyone here who's personally had a near-death experience or knows someone firsthand of a near-death experience. I see Joseph raising your hand. Would you just say a word or two about what happened?
Yeah, sure. I had a very deep infection in the bone in my spine that broke open and flooded my body, and I went septic. And in that sepsis, it infected basically everything in me, joints and organs and fluids, and had a huge fever, 100 and I don't know what it was, 6 or 5 something, and I remember dying. I didn't know it as that then, but it was a place I'd never been before, and it was total awareness. I mean, unbelievably peaceful, beautiful. I didn't think, I just knew. There was not like questions and answers, and no people in my experience. I didn't meet anyone there. I just was in a place of calm, peace, and complete awareness, I guess, is as good a word as anything. And so I think my takeaway from that is it is not something to fear. It is not at all anything to fear. It is so it was easy in and easy out, And I know it was the love of the people around me that I felt the pull back to come back to life. And, it's, I guess, kind of a choice point. And, uh, and I'm happy to have come back, and there's more to do here. And, but it certainly left me with knowing that uh, there was still consciousness there, complete consciousness there. I that part of me did not die, uh, and peace and love and knowing and being.
So beautiful. Thank you. And all the NED, near-death experience research and studies show that consciousness persists and even expands during clinical death. And people return saying the same thing that you are saying, that there's a loss of death fear, and there's heightened love and radical presence, and people just want to learn and to I see a couple more hands up. I'm going to call on Shay and apologize to Lynn and Nehemiah because we have so much to cover and we could talk about this for days.
Good afternoon, or good day for everybody. I'm in the Netherlands. My mom, she had a near-death experience, and she used to call herself atheist. Yeah, and she was coming from a Hindu home, but she lost her faith because her mom died. And my mom was praying for her to recover, but she never recovered. And also, my mom saw in the 60s from the other century that people went to the moon, and then she said, "You see, God doesn't exist because there was nobody up there." So, so it was very simple thinking of her. But well, my sister and I, we have Buddhist. We like the Buddhist and Taoist ideas, so we know about the expansion and everything. So when she had a near-death experience, she told us later on, "I have to tell you something. I didn't want to tell you, but you know, I'm not afraid of death anymore because I think she was in a depressed period in her life that she was lying on bed and suddenly she felt like a heavy weight, like as if a jacket was relieved from her, and that she ascended and she came into this, what everybody described, this brilliant light, and it was so pretty, so much bliss. And she stayed there for a while, and then she landed in her bed again, and she said, "I was so angry, I didn't want to come back, but they sent me away." So from that day on, I there is no hell and no heaven. That those things don't exist. And when you die, you go into a nice place. So for us, it was a relief that okay, you know that your parent will transcend with inner peace, because they're not afraid anymore. So later on, when she died, it still was a struggle, but I think that was just a process. But we know that she's in a bliss now. So yes.
Well, thank you, Shay, and so beautiful. And this idea of resurrection, it predates religions. This is when humanity would put seeds into the womb of the earth, or to the tomb of the earth, which became the womb of new growth and survival and new life. This is something the Druids at Stonehenge, the Egyptians at the Temple of Karnak, the Mayans at Chichen Itza, all built monuments to capture the exact moment of this season. And the resurrection impulse is not a religious invention. It's a cosmic fact that religions learn to speak about. The resurrection story began on the banks of the Nile thousands of years before the Common Era. Osiris is one of the first stories that we have of being murdered, dismembered, and reassembled by Isis and resurrected. One of the symbols from Egypt is the Jed, the pillar or the spine of Osiris. And the spine of each of us is what connects heaven to earth. We are the walking pillars of of earth and heaven. And the Jed in particular has come to have significant meaning to me about how we stand with a spine. A lot of people talk about we're living in a post-truth era. And that's not quite accurate. We're living in a spineless era when mankind has forgot to tell the truth. They don't stand with a spine and know what and stand in their truth. And there's 4 rings on the Jed, and the first ring represents tell the truth. The second is to be present. The third, to know what you would defend. What do you hold holy and sacred? And the fourth is resurrection, the practice of dying and being born again. And the teachings of Egypt are very profound. They both the Hebrew or Judaic traditions begin in Egypt. So do the Christian teachings after Jesus was born in Bethlehem. Where did he go? He went to Egypt, and he grew up there, learning the stories of Egypt. The Hebrew word for Egypt is Mitzarim, if I'm saying that correctly, the narrow place, the place of constriction. The Exodus is the birth canal metaphor, squeezed through the darkness, emerging into new life. The Passover Seder commands in every generation, each person must see themselves as if they personally left Egypt. What a great teaching for all of us to look back to these teachings. The tomb, as I said, is also a womb. The narrow place is a birth canal. Both Passover and Easter follow the first moon after the equinox, the Maximus light and the Maximus darkness. The threshold of spring, the cosmos has been rehearsing this moment every year since the beginning. The pattern repeats itself because we are built for return. And I want to just share one of the teachings from Egypt that says, you die before you die. When you die, you will not die. And this appears in Islamic mysticism, Christian contemplative traditions, Vedantic non-duality, and is embedded in the Passover Seder itself. And what does this look like practically in our life? Well, one thing we can do is release resentment. One of the most common forms of living death is living with resentment. To let it go and to be free of those burdens. Chase Hughes, who's very popular on YouTube, talks about we should practice radical self-forgiveness to the point of delusion. And I look at that as turning around to live your life forward instead of through the rearview mirror or even backwards, facing backwards, going through life, looking at everything that's happened in the past, to look at what's coming. The second idea is to release chronos, the tyranny of clock time, the constant feeling of running out of time. And there's a horizontal, the Greeks talked about chronos or chronological time that comes from including the past as well as the future. They also talked about a vertical time called kairos, of the eternal now, being here present, and the quality of time outside of clock time where resurrection is always available, that you can step into eternity in this moment and to be fully present in this moment. And Mitzrayim lives inside of us too, that every constriction, every stuck pattern, every relationship or belief outgrown, but has not yet left. How many versions of you have there been in your lifetime? How many versions of you have you transcended and grew beyond and left behind and became a new version of you? Love to see May shaking her head, nodding her head and saying, oh yeah, there's a few versions. And what's the next version of you waiting to be born? And what is your personal Egypt right now? What narrow place are you being squeezed through? And what are you being born into on the other side of that? There's a practice that I've incorporated into my life. It's a living each day as if it were a lifetime. And there's a Jewish prayer called Moda Ane that it's waking as a resurrection practice. The first thing you say, hand on your heart, when you wake up is, I give thanks before you, living and eternal King, for you have returned my soul within me with compassion. Great is your faithfulness. And thank you for entrusting me with one more day. I just read an article earlier today that this science of gratitude, of living with gratitude, more than just saying, writing in your gratitude journal, but truly adopting an attitude of gratitude, rewires your brain and creates a whole new reality, a lived experience. That's another way of saying being born again, being a new version of you. And sleep is something that we all do. Most of us do it unconsciously. We just collapse into bed and we disappear. We don't even think about where we go. We just wake up the next day like, it's Monday, or here we go again. But what if that each time you, before getting into bed, this is what I started doing. I practice what I call radical gratitude, deep sleep. And whether you say your prayers before going to bed or not, this is a practice that includes kneeling by the side of your bed and speaking aloud what you're grateful for the day, as if you are about to die, because we don't even know where we go. Science doesn't know where we go in deep sleep. Every faith tradition talks about the different possibilities. One that I really love is, in deep sleep, our soul actually leaves the body and we go back to heaven or to our ancestors or to God, to the divine. And you get a little pep talk and a hug. You're doing great. You're doing great. I know it's hard, but this is what your soul signed up for. This is, our souls don't remember this because the soul has no need for a memory. It's always present. Why would you worry about the past if you're in the present? And will you be stressed about the future? One of the important components, health benefits of sleep, they just discovered this in 2012, the glymphatic system. They've known about the lymphatic system, but the glymphatic system is the brain waste, the metabolic brain waste that our brain processes in the cerebral spinal fluid, and that we detox, that we rinse out when we're in deep sleep. So when we check out is when the brain actually does its cleaning, and that it activates the brain's lymphatic network. And during deep sleep, we have a flushing of the metabolic waste, including the amyloid plaques that are linked to neurodegeneration and Alzheimer's and other diseases. Deep sleep's not laziness; it's a biological resurrection on a 24-hour cycle. And there's also Marma points that you can use to help you get deep sleep. One of the things that I love to do is when I wake up in the middle of the night, and I've stopped waking up during the middle of the night because I feel it's because I'm going to sleep with such gratitude and so complete that I'm ready to die each night. And so there's nothing to worry about. I don't have the list processing of all the things I need to do the next day. Many people wake up at 3 a.m. like, oh, yes, there's this, I forgot that. But if you die before you go to sleep, and then you wake up with that gratitude of, oh, I'm still here, I'm back, I get one more day, it changes you. And one of the things that I do notice when I wake up in the middle of the night is, what are the lessons that I just learned? I have an Aura ring to measure my sleep scores. Last night I had a 92 out of 100. Here's my sleep score, if you can see that, 92. And one of the things that the Oura Ring does is it tracks the different stages of sleep. You can see here I got 7 hours and 13 minutes of sleep, and had an hour and 17 minutes of deep sleep. I like to think of it, that's an hour and 17 minutes that my soul was with the divine, with God, with my ancestors, with my unborn grandkids, maybe. I don't know. I don't remember. But oftentimes I come back with some of the most amazing thoughts and insights. Anything that's ever been invented came from inspiration. And where does inspiration come from? Well, science shows that our consciousness actually comes from outside of the brain. It doesn't happen inside the brain. Nikola Tesla said in the center of the universe, there's a core, and he's never been there yet. But the closer he gets to it, the more inspiration that he received. That's available to all of us. One thing neuroscience teaches us about the brain is that we have a reticular activating system. And that reticular activating system filters out the unbelievable amount of data that is coming in through our nervous system, from our peripheral nervous system to the central nervous system, because it can't handle it all. And I'm not saying what your nervous system does or doesn't. That's up to you to decide what your awareness is about what information you bring in, let in. But we do know there's 40,000 afferent neurons in the heart that are sending information to the brain. And the heart doesn't speak in language. It speaks in sensation, emotion, and feeling. Are you still fluent in heart? Do you get the signals that are coming from your heart? We have the enteric nervous system that comes from the gut. Do you listen to your gut? And those gut feelings and sensations, or are you indexing off the mind of the facts of the past, of the 3D world, of what you've seen, heard, taste, smelled, and trying to predict, which is the function of the brain, to predict how to keep you safe, the worst case scenarios that could possibly happen for you to be anxious and freaked out about, that usually don't happen, but we just have a way of projecting that is what might happen. Then we get all stressed and freaked out. The more we get caught up in the head and the chatter of, oh, this could happen and this could happen. But is it happening? What's happening right here, right now? And the way we can connect to the present is to breathe. And so one of the rituals that I, just to repeat, that I do is I call it RGDS, Radical Gratitude Deep Sleep. And to kneel down and somatically, physically kneel by the side of your bed creates an impression on your mind, body, and soul of humility and gratitude for the day. And then to wake up and come up with your own version, if you don't want to use the Moda Ane prayer of thank you that I'm back. One more day. And to have that enthusiasm and excitement and curiosity that you already know how to do, that you had as a child, of what's today gonna bring, and to live each day fully, and to live it in kairos, in the moment. And in the evening, have a life review, which is a day review when you live your life one day at a time. And that is a complete lifetime, each day. Some people say live each day as if it were your last. Others say, no, live each day as if it were your first. Live it as both. Live it as your first and your last. You're going to be right one of these days. And to then surrender and literally put yourself into your bed, your grave, to surrender to wherever you're going, and let the lymphatic river run, and trust that your brain is going to be refreshed and detoxed, that you're going to get that deep sleep, and that your soul knows the way back. Resurrection is not a one-time event. It's the rhythm of life fully lived. It's as reliable as the equinox. It comes every year. It comes every night, every morning. It's as faithful as the returning of the sun. So return to the sky. The spring equinox is the moment the earth crosses the threshold. Passover and Easter follow the first full moon after that crossing. Every year, the cosmos gives us the same invitation, and every year, most of us sleep through it. At Cedar tables, the question's asked, why is this night different from all other nights? The deeper answer, because on this night, we're willing to look at death and discover it's a doorway. The tomb is a womb. It's the narrow place. The narrow place is a birth canal. Your soul was returned to you this morning. I know this because you're on the call. You're here. And that's a miracle. This day is a miracle. And so I'd just like to pause for a moment and to just guide you through a experience of being a little bit more present. And the word present is very interesting. There's
Michael,
yes, Nehemiah.
before you take us into the guidance, I mean, everything is so complete. I don't know if Joseph Campbell did a better job in 6 programs, and you have more. You probably have more experience than him. But there's one experience that could enrich, not by mine, that could enrich the tapestry that you created. And it will be. I'll do it extremely short without getting in, because you did something so complete. I don't want to add to it. Is this okay with you?
Absolutely.
I won't give the person name because he's very humble and he doesn't want to be mentioned. He is one of the leaders of 9/11 of the that led all the clearance. And I saw him as a beautiful person, simple. And then he come to drive with me in a car, and he tell me that he actually know all of this. Why? How does he know all this? He left his body when I was 14 years old, and it was very good out there. He didn't want to come back. And then he was told, you have to come back because you have some work to do. So part of his work is to help me in what I'm doing now. So he was taking us all the way to a spiritual journey, believing that he already finished. However, when he got there, he found he have a little bit more to finish. So he's still, thanks the Lord, he's still driving us. And this man is, at the moment, he's not busy being here. He's busy working the city of New York, you know. At the age of, after coming back, he's now at the age of 67 or something like that, and keep on working and full force, grandchildren and everything, and helping humanity and aspiring to get. And that's the last point I make. All the people that I know who are realized, all of them have died already. Really, as what you said, it's one of the paths in the journey to become realized. You have to die. You can't become realized if you're still afraid of death. It's have to be even before. That's it. Thank you for letting me share. I hope it was
Thank
useful
you.
after.
Thank you. Yes, you know, and you remind me of a cute story I love to tell about two twins in utero talking about is there life after birth. Yeah, and speaking of, one's named Ego, one's named Spirit, and Ego says, or Spirit says to Ego, I think there's life after birth. Like, you're crazy. Leave me alone. There's no evidence that there's any life after birth. All we've known is this darkness. And a little while later, Spirit says to Ego, I think there's a mother that all these growing pains and this constriction and suffering and uncomfortableness we're now experiencing will lead us to a beautiful place of light. And he's like, take your cord and go over there and leave me alone. And it's fun to just imagine two in utero babies having this conversation and the ridiculousness of there's absolutely both are correct. There's no evidence of life after birth, but here we all are. So maybe the set of data we have access to is not complete until we experience death and as we experience birth. But I was just saying that that there's three meanings to the word present. First of all, it's a gift. Here's a present. It's a gift for you. It also means being here now. That oftentimes in school, when they called the roll, people would reply, present, I'm here. But it also means to offer yourself forward, to present yourself, and to embrace life going forward into the light instead of the shadow. Yes, the shadow is behind us, and there's horrible things we have all done and have done to us, and we continue to do horrible things. But we also do amazing things. It's amazing to think there's 4 human beings in a tuna can that are about to go around the moon, to travel further from Earth than anyone has ever traveled before. They still have problems. Their toilet froze. So I want to just drop us into a 60-second experience. You can have your eyes open or closed, whatever you're comfortable with, and bring your awareness to your breath. That you cannot breathe in the past, you cannot breathe in the future, that you can only breathe in the present moment. It's the only activity that straddles both the autonomic and the parasympathetic and the sympathetic nervous system, the autonomic and conscious nervous system. And from your breath, put a hand on your heart and feel your heartbeat. Tune to the signals of your heart. 40,000 neurons are sending information constantly to the brain. Can you feel them? The average heart beats 100 to 120,000 times a day. That's amazing. Think about your nervous system, all the sensations in your body right now. Feel which ones are being filtered out. Well, that's hard. You're filtering them out. But if I mention the roof of your mouth, all of a sudden you have one. The soles of your feet, well, there they are. Now go back to your heart. There it is. Just this. Just this. Thank you, everybody. And just want to open it up for any questions before we break out into the small groups. And if you have any thoughts or comments about what I've said, or what do you think the soul is doing while we sleep, or what you do differently if you truly lived each day as a lifetime, or what needs to die in your life right now so that something new can resurrect.
So I was going to share with you 2 marmas that we can use to help with sleep. How about that? Yeah. So most of the time, not always, because everybody's a little different, but much of the time, pain is what's keeping us awake at night. And so one of the ones for pain is the left hand and the center. So it's between third and fourth finger down to the center of the palm. And with your feet flat on the ground and your back straight if you can, then you press this 6 times. And you just kind of welcome the pain to say, I'm so grateful that you've come to make me aware of my body. It's a temple. I'm so grateful for it. And you just hold in that space of acknowledging the pain, ask what it's come for, see if you can release it using the marma. And then because vata is often responsible on the left hand at the thumb, it's kind of that fatty part, you can press this to help bring down vata. And vata is air and ether in the elemental realm. And it helps bring down that so that we're more grounded. So those 2 might be really helpful. And then bring in the present the point above the lip, and you can support yourself and exhale and inhale. And that often because it gets you out of the past or out of the future and in the present moment where you can rest and relax. That's also very helpful. So there's three for you to practice as you're doing your nightly ritual and adding your new. I'm going to call these our health challenges too, Michael. You want to repeat some things that people can take on to incorporate these into their nightly routine?
There's everybody. Well, I'd love to just hear from people what their thoughts are and what they remember from the presentation, or what they might incorporate or already are doing, or might do differently if you're not. I see Joseph and Susan and Ariana.
So thank you, Michael. This was absolutely wonderful. And I just wanted to share something that you were talking about, the Passover Seder being an opportunity for rebirth and regeneration. I love that. Getting out of the restricted places, which we all have our Egypt. And one of the things that I heard in my Seder that has kind of stuck with me so strongly that I wanted to share, because it's something I work on, about trust. And that as the Jews were leaving the constricted place, Egypt, they were going into the sea. And everybody knows the story about the parting of the Red Sea. Well, the person that was leading them, the water was up past his nose, and he just kept on walking and facing his fear as the water was rising and rising. It didn't part until after it was up past his nose. So talk about radical trust, and a story about radical trust. And that has, yeah, that was in the
Love that. I haven't heard that either.
in the Haggadah that we did. It was beautiful. So I'm working with that and love that. So I just wanted to add that into the mix. But I love this one. This was a great story. I mean, a great call.
Okay. And I have to say, we used to do the tradition, or just everybody has to serve somebody, as Bob Dylan said.
Who are your gods?
And who are your gods? What enslaves you?
Yeah.
What do you know? I would pose this as a breakout room question of what do we all want freedom from? What enslaves us?
Very good. Yeah, I just watched a really great YouTube video about the emotional debt that we all carry, the trauma and things like this, and how we all have something to numb us from that pain and emotional difficulty, and how to transcend it. I'll share that in the chat. Ariana and Robin.
Yeah, wonderful talk. The magic of you condensing so much information in a short time. You did really great. And what really stands out for me, that seems like just such an important message for us all to remember, to live this as our first and last day, to go out in the morning. I try to do as much of that as I can, where I'm so thankful for the day. Thank you for this gift of life. But just looking at a tree in a new way for the first time, doing something that you've never done before, like really truly like a baby's, like first time, you might be doing something you've done before, but do it slightly differently. Like it's just the very first time. It's the very first time you saw people on the screen in this beautiful community, and yet the end of the day being so grateful and living today as a lifetime, because it is in every moment. I mean, that whole concept right there is so phenomenal. And just I would see a challenge of the week for everybody to really, maybe write a list of like, if you really were going to die tomorrow, what would you do with the rest of your life? Like, what would you do? You maybe have things that you dreamt as a child you'd do that you never did. You know, where has fear stopped you? Where have the obstacles stopped you in your life? And, you know, write out that list and start living, really living every day. Yeah, real inspiring. Thank you.
I love that. Thank you, Ariana. Some of you know that I'm working on couple books, the both How to Receive Love as well as Presentgevity, about living your life instead of longevity and going for a long duration, whether it's a short life or a long life. Live a full life, live deeply. And Robin.
I really loved your talk today. It tied together, you know, I really appreciate that you brought in like how all the cultures, how they have treated and celebrated this time. One of the things that when I decided I wasn't atheist, I had used to think that I was atheist just because I didn't like going to a regular church. Nothing ever made sense there. And, but it was when I understand the meaning of the time of year, the specific and how it's been celebrated across all cultures, and that made a tremendous difference to me. And so I thought about a couple of people I'm going to send the recording to because I think they'll appreciate the the perspective that you bring to the time period, that it's not like, well, I don't do Easter and I don't really do Easter, but it's like there's a reason to still find somebody to have dinner with on Easter, and because I'm house sitting in Olympia right now. And so this gives me an understanding of what I want to do. And I also like the idea of incorporating making every day like a, you know, a life that I can live it very intentionally. And, just having a different understanding of resurrection. It was all just incredibly valuable. So I will forever cherish this time of year more. And this call might be something that I listen to, at least once more to really decide which parts I want to incorporate into my before I go to bed and when I wake up. And, I really appreciate it.
Well, I hope you die every day and wake up and resurrect every morning.
May we all be better off because we do these things.
Thank you, Robin and Brett.
Hey, Michael, thank you so much for this morning. Similar to Ariana and Robin, I absolutely love just your broad historical lesson on the resurrection. I will go back and being someone's personality, I'm a researcher. I love to learn, love to dig deep and study. I can't wait to go in and learn even more from what you've offered. And the second thing, as someone who is absolutely obsessed with learning life-giving and healthy rhythms that help me cultivate and create the life that I want and want to live each and every single day, your invitation to radical gratitude and deep sleep was awesome. And I cannot wait to explore that personally tonight.
It's a game changer.
Yep.
It's a game changer. I'll tell you, you can just, can't wait to hear.
Thank you, sir.
And I just want to call on Anne Renee. Anne Renee, you got your ears on? I know you don't have there you are. Where'd she go? Maybe she doesn't.
I'm here.
Well, I just wanted to hear your thoughts on the idea of Osiris and the pillar of Osiris and resurrection, because I think you know a thing or two.
Well, it's interesting you called on me because what I went to was the raising of the Jed, which is, you explained what the Jed is, the backbone of Osiris. And in the Egyptian understanding, it's like, there are hieroglyphs of these figures raising the jed, at an angle and bringing it upright. And for me, this is the metaphor of, the jed is the backbone of the earth and it's for holding the space during times of great transitions on the earth, right? So this is what we're all called to do now, is to know that we are in this intense time on the earth, and what we are here to do as part of the 144,000 who came here to rescue planet earth, right, is to hold this space and to find our own inner space and our own inner peace so that we can hold it for the world the people who don't know what's happening and who are caught up in the waves of chaos, right? So it's finding our own inner peace, grounding to the earth, seeing ourselves as the backbone of Osiris, holding the space. And I would just like to go to that one other place where we touched on briefly last week, was in the astrological season, Aries is I am. And in the Bible, when Moses took the commandments to the people, he said, who do I tell them is sending me? And God said, I am that I am hath sent you unto them. So I am that I am is not some God on the cloud, it's your own divinity, which when you bring that down, you are activating the jed. And the other aspect is that the words for Aries is I am. And on my birthday, actually, on the new moon in Aries on the 17th, there's going to be 7 planets in Aries. So this time is going to be really intense. And it's really a time to hold space for ourselves and for everybody else on the planet to make it through this intensity, because we can expect that it's big.
Yeah, you said something very important about the spine, the raising the spine. And this is the central nervous system includes the brain and the spine. The peripheral nervous system is everything outside of that. Mm. And that through our breath, holding a regulated nervous system so you don't get caught up in the anxiety, the fear, and everything else that's going on. Yes, there's horrible things, wars going on and everything. But come back to your breath, be present, have the regulated nervous system so that you can stand with a spine to be a pillar of heaven.
Yeah. And really the grounding, going out, being in nature, stop the noise, stop the scrolling, stop the consistent, looking at the internet,
Okay, I hear you.
And go out and talk to the trees. That's it.
Well, Joseph has his hand up, and I thank you, Anne Renee.
I do. Thank you, Anne Renee. So sleep is one of the major topics here, and the value of sleep.
Right.
There's a great marma for sleep specifically, and it's at your temples, with your fingers, and it's clockwise. So, some might say, well, this is clockwise here, but this is clockwise here. So Dr. Vinay says forward on both sides. I do it both ways. I'm able to go, in opposite, but anyway, you go 6 circles, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, tap, 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 and draw down. It also helps lower your blood pressure. It's calming, but this is a specific sleep marma. And there's other things you can add to it with, ghee on your crown and some things like that. But that one in particular, and I know it's functional, it works. So I bring it back to an ancient secret. And now I have to go take a nap.
You knocked us all out.
I knocked us out. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you again, everyone, for being here. And I think, Carol Ray.
We're going to do some breakout rooms. And what would you like people to focus on? Somebody suggests maybe what set us free in this call? Or what question would you like people to talk about in the breakout room?
I think the one that comes to heart is who did you used to be? Who are you now? And who are you stepping into becoming?
Who's your
Correct.
resurrection? Who's your resurrection?
Sounds perfect.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping Robin has a breakout room so we can unmute ourselves and do our traditional close. So much gratitude to you, Michael. This was so awesome. We love you and we're with you.
I love you and with you.
Love you all.
And
Love
with
you,
you.
Michael.
Thank
Love
you,
you, and I'm
Michael.
with you. I love you, and
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
with
with
you.
you.
You and I with
I am
I
with
love you,
you.
and I'm with you. I
Love
love
you.
you.